Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chris Cooper, known as the Channel Guy Trader, and I'm reporting to you live from Wall Street Trading's Miami office down in sunny South Florida. Today's date is Wednesday, July the 3rd, 2013, and here is today's After the Bell market summary video. As you guys know, tomorrow is July the 4th, therefore the markets closed today at 1 p.m. and it is now 1:27. So we're going to go ahead and roll out this video here for you guys, and then we're also going to hope that you guys have a good 4th of July tomorrow. Fire up the grills, go to the beaches, and enjoy time with your family and friends. Aside from that, let's go ahead and take a look at the markets here, starting off with the indices here. The Dow Jones closed up 56 points, the NASDAQ closed up 10 points, and the S&P 500 closed up a little over a point. If we take a look at the breadth on the market, we had 3,115 issues declining on the NASDAQ, NYC, and the Amex. We had 2,832 issues advancing on the NYC, NASDAQ, and the Amex. So we did have some pockets of strength across the board. Technology, the NASDAQ showed some nice relative strength today. So technology did pretty good. You had Oracle up close to 2%. Yahoo was up today. Q Logic was up today for the semiconductors. NSM was up. TDC. Just a couple names. The financials were a little bit weak today, mixed. Again, you can see from the advance versus decliners, the action was kind of mixed today. So you did have some stocks moving to the downside, but the market was able to stage a nice little rally today here. If we take a look at the intraday action, before I go over the daily chart action, just to give you guys a little highlight of what took place today in the market, I want to show you guys this 5-minute chart. You can see here overnight on the ES, all right, we were trading in a range. Overnight on the ES, we were trading in a range between this 1597 level here and this previous day's lows on the ES around 1600 or so. Then going into the open, we did a little flash down below 1599. Then we did a little flash up to 1604. 1604 started acting as resistance, but then as you can see, we developed a little range, and then we started trading in the upper 50% of that range there. That was a clue that the market was catching a bid, and therefore once we broke past that level, you could have went long and put a nice little stop down here on the ES 1602, 1604, and you see you got paid pretty well, which it ended up hitting our nice little target up here towards 1611, the little the little resistance supply area we had from before. All right, we also had another nice little consolidation right here before we made a nice little move up. There's definitely some nice action today in the markets that were tradable. We'll be taking a look at a couple of stocks that we were watching today, and we'll take a look at those here shortly. Just want to go over the indices first with you guys. Starting off with the SPY. SPY closed at 161.28. The S&P 500 ETF here up 7 cents. You can see we're still having trouble trying to break above this 162 area, above that key trend line. At the same time, I'm still expecting that nice little back and fill action. Expecting us to build a little bit more of a base up here before we off from these lows, before we try to make an attempt to try to really move higher, if that's in fact is going to be the case. All right, because there's all this gap action that we had from last week Monday to these levels we're at right now is not really healthy. You want to get some, you want to really build a nice little stable base to work off of to give traders some conviction that we're actually going to try to push higher. If we break back below 159.70, we can make a move or roll back to the downside, roll over back down towards 158.40 or so, as we have all these little gaps, down here in this little area over here. So that's how the SPY is looking. If you take a look at the ES, S&P 500 futures, so the ES is trying to hold that key trend line that we have on our charts here. You can see we've been holding that 1600 level there for a while. Oh, 1 second. We've been holding that 1600 level there for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sessions or so. All right, and so far this is looking like a kind of like a little bullish flag, a little bit sloppy off these lows. Nice up move, sideways consolidation. This is usually indicative of a move higher. So if we get over Monday's highs, which is around 1621.05, we can make a nice push up back towards start making our way back up towards 1650. Again, there are some stocks making a nice move, and we'll take a look at those here shortly. But what else do I want to talk about here? So yeah, the 1600 level is a key level you want to watch on the ES. And if we can get over those highs, we can see some nice action back to the top side. We do have some important numbers coming out on Friday for the jobs numbers. We had jobless claims come out this morning, and they came in to be better than expected, so that caused the market to get a nice little pop-up as well. And you also want to watch this key trend line right here on the ES. That area 1630 would be a first area of resistance. Matter of fact, on the chart from that little trend line of resistance there, then the 1650. We break below 1600, you want to watch this 1580 area. All right, starting off with the triple Qs. See what the triple Qs did today. Of course, the Nasdaq was strong, so the triple Qs, of course, they're up here, up 29 cents. We're trying to get back above that key trend line. We're trying to break back above this little 72.50 area. We break above 72.50 again. We have this nice little gap fill around the 72.75 area. If we break below today's lows, we have some support down here around 70.60. We take a look at the IWM to take a look at these small caps here, to track these small caps here. IWM still looking pretty good compared to the other indices. Looks a little bit more controlled. You can see if we break over the 100 level, we can really get a nice move. IWM has really just been trading in a range between 100 here and this 96 level. Did a little shakeout like I highlighted in yesterday's video. And as long as we can hold above 96, we should be expecting this thing to hold a bit and start floating its way higher. If we don't, and we break below yesterday's lows, expect some movement to the downside back towards this 96 area, 96.50, 97 area. All right, take it easy, Kev. All right, what else we got going on here? All right, let's take a look at the volatility index. All right, the VIX sold off a bit today here. We're still holding above that 16 level. If we break below 16, we're going to be looking for a move back down towards 15, highlighting the fact that there's no fear in the market, and that these stocks are most likely going to try to continue their uptrends that they've been making for the past couple months or so. All right, that's how the VIX is looking. Let's see real quick. The dollar was weak today. The euro was strong. Bonds were weak today. Gold had a nice little pop up from the Portugal news. Portugal, I believe, lowered their interest rate, so that caused a nice little bit in the gold. And oil pulled back a bit here, off of the fact that the military went ahead and handled the situation that they were having over there in Egypt. The military had set 11 a.m. as a deadline for the Morsi to come to agreement with the opposition, and he didn't, so they moved in. That kind of lowers the tension down there in Cairo a little bit, and therefore some of this movement in crude oil that it's been getting here, all right, from some of the action over there overseas, caused crude oil to sell off a little bit. So crude oil actually came in, put off of its highs. Crude oil, believe it or not, hit, let's see, crude oil hit 102 this morning and actually hit 102.18 overnight. But it's back above this 101.35 level. We've got to continue watching this crude oil because look at this breakout, guys. Look at this nice little breakout on crude oil. It's nice action here. I hope you guys are participating in it via the USO, via call options or something. Some stocks are making some nice moves off this strength in crude oil. Let's take a look at gold. Again, gold had a nice pop. Still not a big fan of gold, and really till it gets back above that key level that I highlighted to you guys yesterday, back above this 1350. All right, once it can get back above 1350 and stabilize, then I'll be more convinced that gold has a potential to go back up towards 1500, 1600 an ounce. But in the meantime, it's still looking pretty weak to me. Just chopping up around down here. There are some opportunities to the long side in some of the gold miners. All right. But real quick, before I take a look at those gold miners, if the gold can get back above 1280, that'll be a little bit, that'll be good as well. If gold can start stabilizing above 1280, and if we make a move back over 1300, start holding above 1300, that'll be the sign that we could potentially start getting ready to make a move up towards the 1353 area. All right, if we take a look at the gold miners, the GDX. All right, these stocks made a nice move today. Little up 43 cents after gapping up and trading high a bit, coming off the highs. But there was some strength in some of the gold miners. GG had a nice little day today. Let's see if it was able to hold those gains. Yeah, it was up 87 cents, up a little over 3.5%. So keep an eye on this one. Triggers along over yesterday's highs. ABX had a nice little move up today as well. Newmont Mining was one of the weaker gold mining stocks. Even ABX, it rallied up and then it pulled back in. Again, you can see how these charts are looking. They're still looking, pretty ugly. So you really want to, if you trade these stocks intraday, you just want to take them as scalp trades. When gold starts moving off of some of the stuff that's going on overseas or interest rates, they give you cash flow opportunities intraday. But I would not be a big fan of holding these for the long term or for the short term. I would say for the swing trading action. Not quite yet. Not ready yet. What else? Take a look at that. All right, so let's talk about some stocks here. Amazon gave us a nice trade. Amazon gave us a nice trade in the markets today. I actually showed everybody how we were watching this trade right in the morning in our chat room, which if you guys have not been to our chat room yet, it is My Wall Street TV. We have a great community of traders in there. And you can see here this morning, I talked about long Amazon 936 stop at 282.40, and that trade worked out pretty well. All right, and again, if you're not following us on Facebook, follow us on Facebook at Wall Street Trading. You can see some of the trades in action that we put on intraday in the chat room via the Facebook page. Sometimes I try to make sure that I get that out to you guys on the Facebook so you guys can participate in those trades with us as well. But Amazon's still looking pretty good, guys. Keep an eye on this one. If it can start stabilizing above 285 and holding that nice bid above 285, this thing should be ready to go. You can already see how it's starting to trend along its moving averages. Pretty nice there. Let's see, what else do we have going on today? Let's take a look at Yahoo. Tech was strong today, and Yahoo's looks like it was pretty strong today as well too, up close to 2.5%. Nice engulfing candle, engulfed the past one, two, three. I would say four because the closing price and five. It's not really four for this one, but I'm just going to count it because the closing price is right here. But look at this wide range candle, a nice engulfing candle on Amazon. Most likely expect this one to follow through here on Friday. All right, but keep this one on your radar as well. Amazon, Apple was up 0.5% today, a little over 0.5%, 0.55%. Nothing too crazy there, but still getting some nice little fall through action. Again, it's going to have some nice resistance around this 440 area. So it may have some more upside potential in it, but you really want to be on the lookout for it to reverse and maybe take some of your profits if you're long the stock from down here or something. What else? The financials were weak today. Citigroup was down 1%. Bank of America was down 0.5%. Goldman Sachs was down 0.32%. Morgan Stanley was down 1.64%, so 1.5%. Goldman Sachs is coming into an interesting area, though. You can see here how all this consolidation that we had back here, okay, we're sitting right on top of it. So if the financials are strong on Friday, Goldman Sachs would be a good go-to stock to get long with a stop underneath the low, underneath this pivot right here. Let's take a look at Morgan Stanley, because Morgan Stanley showed some intraday strength yesterday and then reversed pretty ugly off the highs and then had some more selling pressure again today. You can see it was down close to over 1.5%. The market did gap down today, and some of these stocks were able to trade back and go positive, but not all of the financials were able to do that. So Morgan Stanley looks like one of the weaker banks out there right now. JP Morgan held the 50-day moving average yesterday, held it again today. Keep an eye on this one. If this one can get back above 53 and hold a nice bid above 53, it should be good to go. Let's take a look at some of these momentum stocks that a lot of people have been talking about here. Tesla, have not been able to take a look at this one. Tesla, still looking pretty good, trending up pretty nice here, holding these moving averages. I still think that Tesla has a chance to continue moving higher and squeezing out some shorts, if any shorts are left in there. Netflix had a nice day on Monday, I believe it was. Monday or Friday. I didn't trade it. But had a nice day on, let's see here. Had a nice day on Monday. Little pause day. Pause on Tuesday, pause today. This would be a stock to watch on Friday if the markets are strong for a breakout over this little 225 level, or better yet, first for a breakout over today's highs of 224, and then for a move up towards yesterday's highs. Aside from that, have a great weekend, folks. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're interested in trading with our prop firm, contact me at ccooper at wallstreettrading.com. We have offices in New York and Miami. And if you're interested in taking our education course, contact me at the same email address. I can give you more details on what that course involves and what you will learn, etc. So have a great day, guys. Happy 4th of July. Cheers.